name is Kenzi Burnside.
Kenzi's routine every day is somewhat different than anyone else's routine, but when she gets up in the morning, there's a lot to do before we get out the door if we're going somewhere or if she's deciding to do whatever she wants to do here at the house. For some people, it might be a handful, but to her and to us, it's just everyday life.
So she's been a very tough little girl. I call her a little girl. She's 26 years old now, and she has cerebral palsy. She's been in a wheelchair all her life. You know, she's just really involved in anything and everything. She wants to try everything there is in life.
We have tried to find ways that we could make that happen for her, and as she got older, she just kept finding things that she wanted to do. And when her brother got old enough that he wasn't hunting and fishing with his dad as often, Kenzi decided she would like to go hunting and fishing, and her dad was very excited about making that happen for her.
She told me during the first time her and I went out and hunted a ground blind together, she said, "This is my time. You know, I'm hunting with you now, Dad." And that hit me really hard. You know, that she was excited about it. She'd been waiting all that time. So yeah, it was great that I was able to integrate, my love of the outdoors to help her foster that, mentor her in doing the same things that I always loved.
You've got 11 points.
I've always said on social media, I'd post pictures of Kenzi and I fishing, hunting, whatever we were doing. We're always doing something. I always post pictures of us. And Swollfest started following me on Instagram, and I found out more and more about Swollfest. And it wasn't until Nick messaged me a few years ago, and that he really loved what Kenzi and I was doing, because I've always said that I wanted to show the world that those with disabilities love the same things we do. It just might take more work to help them be able to do it.
When we got the opportunity to go to Swollfest at Grand Isle, we really didn't know what to expect. We had never been to a fishing rodeo, and to our surprise, it was such a neat experience. It was just so over the top with fellowship, seeing the fish come in, watching the weigh-ins, and just really getting to see such good people and everything they were doing.
So for everybody that's been watching the whole weekend, I got a whole lot of information about this individual. I don't even want to read it. There's a lot that's in there. I got to spend actual time with her. Mike and Janet, y'all raised an amazing daughter. And it's been an inspiration to me, because that's the only reason I actually do what I do. And so our inspirational award this year goes to Kenzi Burnside. Let's give it up for Kenzi. So you're our inspirational award winner this year. That's you right there, you can see it. You adapt, you overcome, and her name is Cowgirl Kenzi. But Kenzi, I know just as much as you like fishing, you like hunting. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure you have an action track chair so you can come fishing and hunting. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you in your action track chair, and we're gonna go to Record Buck and get a big old elk, or get whatever you want to shoot from the guys at Record Buck. How does that sound? You love it? All right, well, we're gonna do it the first weekend of October this year at Record Buck. Let's give a huge round of applause for Kenzi, her parents. It's been an amazing experience to be with you guys all weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Kenzi, for inspiring me to do what I do. Thank you so much. And we'll see everybody next year at Swollfest 2022.
As a parent, it really, can't explain how proud, we were, because to know that she had impacted lives like that she had impacted enough people that they wanted her to be the Inspirational Award winner. Nick with Swollfest, he's been top notch all the way through, and he's been so great to work with. From the standpoint of practice, I would aim the rifle and she used the vacuum air trigger.
And I help Kenzi with the straw, and it's just kind of evolved into being a team effort, and so it's been a very enjoyable experience for us to all get to experience the outdoors together, and it absolutely thrills our hearts to see her enjoy it so much.
When we're going to go on the hunt in October, the first part of October, we stayed all night on the way down to Record Buck Ranch. We got there in the middle of the day. I knew it was a huge ranch, but it doesn't sink in until you get to see it and see all the varied country. I'm always nervous that I've got everything charged up right. I've got everything mounted correctly, nothing's moving. So it's, I go through things a few times the night before to make sure everything's just right.
It literally does take a village to get Kenzi out in the woods, but with so many people going out and several of us in a blind and several next to us in another blind, we were just wondering how that was all going to come about and how it was all going to work.
Each layer becomes harder and harder when you're trying to fool a game animal and wondering how we're going to be able to pull this off. Everything had to work just right. Be able to even have them come in close. That first morning, we saw 2 small bull elk. There was, that middle of the morning, there was a bull that was coming to the water hole that we were set up on. We couldn't ever get a shot at that bull. He came in, went on through the timber, and never was a clear shot. We finished up that morning. We went back, middle of the day, had lunch, tried to figure out what our next plan was going to be.
Morning, Kenzi. No luck this morning, huh? Well,
So
we'll
we
get
saw
him.
some. That's
We'll get him.
that's half the battle, right?
It
Seeing
is.
them.
We decided to go back to that water hole. It was dry, so they were coming in to the water holes. And middle of the afternoon, we started seeing some movement, some small bull elk came through. And as we were sitting there in the blind, we saw a bull elk come through from the other side of the water hole, and he was a shooter. Well, he came straight into the water hole and just laid down. All we could watch for quite a while was just the tops of his horns. And finally, after around 45 minutes, he got up, started walking, finally came to a point that he prevented a clear broadside shot. So when I whispered good, Kenzi took over, sucked on the vacuum air trigger, and shot. He ran probably only around 40, 50 yards, fell over after a short time. Kenzi was beyond excited.
You got him, Kenzi. You got him, girl. Great job. That's a winter. Just fill the freezer. Congratulations.
We're high fives, everybody's congratulating everybody, you're having everybody's excited. It actually we were able to pull it off. Got Kenzi in the track chair, knew he was down, we knew where he was at, and for Kenzi to be able to go up on him in the track chair, and her excitement of seeing that's the animal that she put on the ground. It was an awesome experience all the way around. Getting to see wildlife like that, and the accommodations were just great. lot of Swollfest people were there at the ranch. You know, they came to support whatever needed to be done. And you know, it's such an incredible experience with Swollfest, what they do, raising money to be able to do things like this, to recognize individuals, to make this an experience of a lifetime for them. You know, some may not have been on a hunt before, and this is truly a hunt of a lifetime for them. It's top-notch from start to finish. You know, everything is a memorable experience. You know, I can't say enough about from being at the fishing rodeo to through the hunt and all points in between. Whatever we needed, they you know, let them know about it, and they took care of everything. What would you say to Swollfest for everything they've done? Can you imagine what you might say?
I love you so much.